I've gotten less interested in redemption the older I get. I mean, my first two books were very pro-redemption. My third book, Blame, was a real discussion about can you redeem yourself? Can you actually name the terms of your own redemption? And this one is just sort of like stuck in the disease and the damage that it can actually cause. It's not like you can get in trouble and then, lead this glorious life that the trouble actually seeded. It can be, you can maybe go and lead a good life, but there will be scars, there will be wounds. When I graduated from the Iowa Writers Workshop, I figured I've been workshopped. I'm just going to go off by myself and write my novel. And I tried for many, many years to write my novel, and I didn't actually get going on it until I joined a writing group and had to, turn in a chapter every 2 weeks. But the impulse to go off someplace and just get it done seems so ideal, but it's really hard to create in isolation, especially when you're undermotivated, as Cress is. She doesn't really like what her dissertation has ended up being about. She's disillusioned after 3 years in grad school in economics, which is an extremely sexist environment. She goes up to this mountain cabin at 7,300 feet. It's a very small, isolated community, maybe 30 permanent residents, a bunch of carpenters building homes. The air is thin. She has altitude sickness. It's sort of like having pre-migraines. She sees auras and gets headaches. And it's just another world. I mean, one reader described it as an all-day sex party, which is a little over the top, but I like that term. And another reader described it as Edenic, or an erotic Eden. Maybe it's not quite that all the time, but it is a place where inhibitions get lowered rather quickly. I don't know if you've ever drunk alcohol at 7,300 feet, but it doesn't take very much to get you pretty woozy. And I just sort of took that idea and ran with it, that not only alcohol, but any kind of disinhibiting thing, works pretty well up there. When I say that Cress goes off course, which I feel that she does, in a sense she's trying on different futures. She's trying to reject her course, which would be go ahead, get that PhD, get an academic job, or get a job at the Fed, get some sort of policy job, and then get married, have kids. But she's not that enthusiastic about that. Throughout the novel, there's also her friends who are slowly doing kind of the right thing. They're adding little lines to their resume. I mean, her best friend starts out at a throwaway newspaper in Arcadia or Temple City somewhere, doing ad pay stub. And then she slowly moves over to like the equivalent of the LA Weekly and does some graphic work there. And by the end of the novel, she's second in command of the LA Times Magazine. She's just made her incremental steps. So there's a huge batch of increments that Cress misses because she chooses love over career, over taking these baby steps towards making a real life for herself.